I get it, you're standing in the middle of a living room, eyes on that massive 85-inch screen in the showroom, and you're thinking, is this the right size for my family? Will I actually notice the difference, or am I just throwing a lot of money at a picture frame that ends up looking flat on my couch? Those thoughts keep popping up whenever a big screen TV gets on the shortlist, especially when the specs sound like marketing jargon. Before you spend a fortune on something that may sit underutilized, let's talk about whether the TCL 85-inch QM6K QLED Mini LED TV paired with the S45H S-Class 2.0 channel soundbar actually delivers on the promises it makes for everyday viewing. The link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's set the scene. Imagine a family movie night, 2 kids, a dog, and a popcorn bowl that's already half empty. You've got a 4K Blu-ray player, a game console, and a streaming stick all feeding content into the TV. The room is a typical mid-size living room, about 12 feet by 14 feet, with a moderate amount of ambient light from a window that's never completely dark at night. In that environment, what really matters is how the TV handles brightness, contrast, and motion, plus how the audio fills the space. That's where TCL's QD Mini LED technology and the S45H soundbar come into play. The QM6K's biggest claim is the QD Mini LED panel, which mixes quantum dot color accuracy with Mini LED backlighting. In plain terms, you're getting deeper blacks than a regular LED TV, while still hitting the bright spots in a way that many OLEDs can't because they're limited by panel power. In practice, when you throw a bright sports broadcast onto the screen, the whites stay crisp without washing out the colors. If you've ever watched a football game in a well-lit room and found that the field looks flat, you'll notice that the QM6K keeps the grass vivid and the ball's motion smooth. Likewise, during a dark thriller, the precise dimming thanks to up to 5,000 local dimming zones means shadows retain detail instead of just turning into a muddy gray. For people who want a TV that can switch between bright daytime viewing and cinema-style darkness without a big compromise, that's a real advantage. Now, the sound bar. TCL bundles the S45H S-Class 2.0 channel unit, which touts Dolby Atmos and DTS virtual. In a living room that isn't a dedicated home theater, the soundbar's 100-watt total output does a decent job of spreading audio. When you fire up a movie with a big action sequence, you'll feel the rumble of explosions without the need for rear speakers. The Dolby Atmos effect is more of a wider sense. Sounds seem to move from left to right and back, but you won't get that true overhead experience that a full Atmos setup offers. For a family that wants fuller sound without investing in a separate speaker system, the S45H hits the sweet spot. Who should buy this combo? If you have a large viewing area, enjoy a mix of bright daytime TV, sports, and occasional movie nights, and you want a system that can handle both HDR gaming and streaming content without needing a separate sound system, the QM6K plus S45H is a solid match. It's especially appealing if you're already in the TCL ecosystem. The Halo control system links the TV and soundbar, letting you adjust volume and picture settings with a single remote, which reduces the clutter of multiple remotes. Parents who want a set-a-tan forget experience will appreciate that integration. Also, because the TV runs Google TV out of the box, you get a wide range of apps and voice control without adding a separate streaming device. Who should skip it? If you're a hardcore home theater enthusiast who plans to build a dedicated multi-channel surround system with true Atmos speakers, this package will feel limited. The 2.0 channel bar, while competent, can't replace the immersive height and surround cues of a full 5.1 or 7.1 setup. Similarly, if you live in a very small apartment where an 85-inch screen overwhelms the space, you'll likely struggle with viewing distance and may end up with a screen that feels too big for the room. The TV also doesn't support HDMI 2.1 features like variable refresh rate for high refresh gaming. If you're a competitive gamer looking for the lowest input lag and a refresh rate higher than 60 Hz, you'll find it lacking. On the practical side, the biggest strengths are the brightness handling and the ease of use. Because the TV is built around Google TV, you won't have to juggle a separate streaming stick. You get voice search, personalized recommendations, and Chromecast built directly into the interface. The QD Mini LED panel reduces issues like blooming where bright objects bleed into dark surroundings, a common problem on older LED TVs. That is noticeable when watching a sci-fi film with lots of bright nebulae against a dark space background. The soundbar's simplicity is also a win. It plugs in,